Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Welcome. Want to welcome you to this morning's Visionary Founders Hour. That's what we call this. This is the Traffic Authority Visionary Founders Hour, where we have an opportunity to just hang with and kind of chat with the founders and the people who are responsible for so much of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. My name is Joe. I'm the communications guy here. I'm the voice. I'm the guy with the pink headband. Thank you very much, everybody who's been talking about the pink headband that goes on with the webinars that we do. Yes, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that is the reason for the pink headband. Talk more about that in a moment, about the webinars in a moment. Before I get there, though, I again want to welcome all of you who are joining me live today. We do have a worldwide audience. We are streaming live on the internet right now. The internet stream is radioleverage.com. That's where you can find us every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and of course here on Saturdays with the Visionary Founders Hour. Quickly, Doug Wellens, come on out here, man. This is one of our guys, right? You guys hear him every once in a while. This is one of the co-founders, Doug Wellens. The other co-founders are fast at work this morning. We'll talk about that in a moment, what goes on in Tallahassee. But you were in Tallahassee last week. Doug Wellens, come on out here, man. How's it going?
Hey, it's going really good, Joe. I'm doing really great. I just redid my office this morning, and I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm in a hollow chamber. I apologize. I had to take some furniture out and bring some new furniture in that's coming, but it's all good. Joe, I'm doing so good today. I'm relaxed. I'm rested from the trip down to Tallahassee, and Greg did make it to Tally really late yesterday. He apologizes for not being on board here this morning, but it's all good, man. Everything is fantastic, going along according to plan. This is Halloween month, right? And so we have got a lot of really cool, spooky things to be talking about pretty soon.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it sounds like maybe you're in a gold mine. It sounds like you're down in the gold mine that is known as the Traffic Authority Business Opportunity.
Exactly.
All right, so quickly, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little conversation here this morning with Doug Wellens. We're going to go over some of the things that happened in this past week, some of the things that you can look for this week. We've got a really, really cool contest that we're going to be introducing here in another couple of days, actually. You're going to stand by for that in a moment. We'll talk about that. Before I get any further into this, though, let me just do a little bit of housekeeping, and maybe I can bring you in here quickly, Doug Wellens, because let's talk a little bit about support, right? About support. You guys know that world-class support is required in any kind of a world-class business. We want to be able to get to issues usually within the hour. That's what the ultimate goal is and we're getting there very, very quickly. Doug, come on out here and bring us up to speed on what's going on with the support desk, what you saw down there when you were in Tallahassee. In last 24 hours, we've had a lot of movement there as well. Come on out here.
Hey, Joe, you're absolutely right. A long time ago in a faraway place, we used to do a lot of internal support in Tallahassee. And for whatever reason, we just kind of got out of the support thing because we were doing other types of businesses that really didn't require, full-time, hands-on support like we have here today. Clearly, we've stepped up the game. We've got a total of 7 support people will be actually physically manning, the Zen desk, okay, the ticket system, and the new chat that's going to be coming online here shortly. And then, Joe, you and I had the distinct pleasure this past week of going through the entire compilation of, was it like 125 or so people that raised their hands. We put this out to the field, and by the way, if you're brand spanking new, so you guys can get up to speed here, we made an announcement several weeks ago. We put it out to the field to everybody. We had a couple of internal positions we wanted to fill with the field. And so the first place to go to, obviously, is the dynamic member base that we've got here. And we asked you guys, hey, anybody interested in a support job, right? We got a lot of people here at the tribe. They need support. They need some touch point, okay? And so this is going to be a different type of support environment. It's going to be phone support. We publish a phone number, and we've pretty much just put a voicemail to that, Ring Central type thing. But now we're going to get into full engagement and give you guys some phone support. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to, just hang there all day and night long with these people, because these people are just rock-solid rock stars, okay? And, Joe, you and I had an opportunity this week to really go through this incredible group of, 125, 127 people. And, well, for whatever reason, we had to do a little tough love stuff. And not everybody was, that, first level, top qualified, group of people for whatever reason. Maybe you didn't live, locally, or not that we were, discarding anybody's efforts here, because clearly today we actually.
When you say locally, you mean when you say locally, you're talking about North America, right? We're not hiring people in Florida, right?
Well, right. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. It wasn't really a criteria for that whatsoever. We actually have one support person, James. He's actually in the UK right now. Okay, so just so you know, if you get any tickets from James who responded to you, he's in the UK. And we've got a bunch of people all over, scattered all over the U.S. I think there might be one person in Canada too. But so we went through this group of people. We narrowed it down. And, Joe, I think we should really announce the names of these two people we selected here, because they're awesome. We spent a lot of time with these people. We made some good decisions.
And why don't we? There are three actually, okay. And the third person is somebody who we've made, and we had a discussion with this individual about the traffic control board and what that really means. Right. And I think that's a better fit for that person. So why don't you talk? Okay, go ahead, introduce our couple of hires, and then also talk about that third individual and what the traffic control board is, because this is the week that we're going to assemble that team. And I know that you have been on me, and Greg have been on me for months about assembling the traffic control board. But, sometimes you got to see who really is going to come up and truly shine and show up. And everybody's doing a great job, everyone who's here today. But, some people just, they grab it. They just seize the opportunity. So, yeah, go ahead, Doug. Who do we have on board who's going to be joining our team?
Absolutely here. Sorry, Joe, I'm just running around my house here because my daughter just texted me. That's what you get, when you got a 3-floor house and give cell phones to kids, right? They start texting you instead of running, down to my office, which is okay. But hey, Carmen McNeil. Congratulations to Carmen McNeil. She is an amazing person. She's had a military background, and she has been looking for an opportunity. She's working the business today, okay, like everybody else that was in the pile. And we just had a really great conversation with Carmen, and a bunch of things about what she said to us really resonated with how she would be able to handle different circumstances. And, being that nurturer person that she really is, she's a mom, and she's just a really cool lady. Really enjoyed her. And then we had – go ahead, Jeff.
And the real question is there enough room for the general and for the drill sergeant? Because our new she's actually a drill sergeant from the military, and we have a general who's down in Tally listening right now. Is there enough room for a general and a drill sergeant in the same environment?
It's going to be a really interesting situation, to say the least. Yeah, literally, right, John? Literally.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then we have Jody Sharkey. Congratulations, Jody, if you're listening as well. Both Carmen and Jody, I'm sure they are listening. Jody's application included something really sweet, and that was her love for chocolate, which was her weakness.
Yes,
and I got to say, we did key in on that for just a half a second, but Jody's also got an amazing background in technology. Both these individuals are savvy technology people. And that was also another, it was a criteria for us, okay? Because let's face it, we're a technology company, right? And, as quick as we can give you guys the support level that you require to get your questions answered and addressed. As a matter of fact, Jody blew us away during the interview call that we had with her, and she came up with an idea on the fly for us, and we're going to implement it. We're not going to tell you what it is right now here. It's going to be totally cool. We're going to ramp this up here during this next couple of weeks here. And then we have Gary Chappelle. And Gary's a top income earner in this industry, guys. And Gary, we had a really great call with Gary. Gary is a serving person. He wants to serve this community any way he can. And we felt like he instantly qualified to be part of the TCB, the Traffic Control Board. And I believe, Joe, and you'll probably agree too, we're going to be digging down deep once again inside the balance of that pile of resumes that we got, because there seriously are some absolutely shining stars in that pile that can step up on the Traffic Control Board and just kill it, okay? While they're growing their business, they can just absolutely kill it on the Traffic Control Board. And we have so many different areas of serving here, right, and responsibility, leadership, that it's just important. So Gary, Carmen, and Jody, you guys are absolute superstars. Thank you all so much. Joe, I know you probably want to add a couple of things there too.
Yeah, and it's for everybody who did put in an application, thank you very much. We will be sending an email to all of you, and we have those applications on file because, you know, if you just take a look, okay, for those of you who are brand spanking new, welcome to the family. But for those of you who joined us back on August 5th, it was August 5th that we actually came out into the world and said, okay, we are here, the Traffic Authority, the world leader in information, education, and top-tier, high-converting traffic. We are number one in the world, period, end of story. And we launched on August 5th. And since August 5th, we have had a lot of things happen, right? I'm happy to announce, I don't know if today's the day, but sometime this weekend we're going to crack through the 18,000 barrier on our Facebook page. And I don't even know what the membership looks like. It is in the tens of thousands. It's crazy, right? And we're just getting started. Momentum is just beginning right now. It's just beginning right now. We had one of the biggest weeks the other day. You said it was a huge day. You have access, Doug. There's so much going on. Memberships, people like Kit, and you see Vincent and Eric. They're reporting huge momentum in their groups. They're saying, man, something is really, really beginning to happen. And my point is that, you know, we require a lot of assistance, mostly patience right now, but we'll be adding to our support team, right? We're gonna be adding to our support team regularly, right? Because we want to maintain that 24-hour turnaround. You know, we're talking about phone support. We're putting in chat support, where if you have a problem, there will be a live chat available during normal business hours. I mean, we're really moving very, very quickly. And along those lines, you know, if I just may go here, because this is a founder's discussion here. This is for real, okay? The other day, somebody pointed out on Facebook, and they started, you know, it began some chatter about something that was in the Warrior Forum, which I'm not even clear what the Warrior Forum is. But apparently somebody in the United Kingdom invested $20 in their business, $20 to become a reseller, and then they requested a refund, and the refund didn't happen in a nanosecond. This person actually said, I think they said, I sent in 10 support tickets. Well, thank you for piling on, because you're one of the straws that broke the camel's back, right? When these individuals walk into the support desk, they go into the office and there are 6,000 tickets sitting there, and they start going through the tickets and they realize that the 6,000 tickets is really only 400 or 500 individuals who just lack patience, right? You know, a couple things. You know, if you guys are on the Warrior Forum, do me a favor and go, maybe shout that individual down. Just tell the truth. We are fresh. We are new. We are proactive. We care. We're here every single day. We're answering questions in real time. Come on out here any morning, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Sometimes we go for 2 hours dealing with people and helping people and going into their back office and fixing problems. I mean, for someone to brazenly go, and in this guy's post, he said, I've never bought their products, so I can't really speak to whether or not the program works. But going out there and just creating chaos, that could you feel my blood pressure boiling right now? Can you feel it? Because I know how much everyone here cares. I know how much, and for those of you on Facebook, if you're attending to the Facebook, just very tenderly and with elegance, reveal the truth. You know what I mean? I mean, reveal the truth. What's really going on here? What's going on here? And take a look in the member back office. What are we up to? Over 40 testimonies? And that, Doug, you know more than me. How many people have? How about the testimonial thing we found yesterday? I sent to you on Facebook. How many people are really having results? How many paychecks went out yesterday, dude? I mean, how much money is being paid out every single day? It just galls me, and forgive me for getting on a rant here, but it galls me that some doofus who we've never met in the United Kingdom is screaming about $20. Really? I'd like to pay that guy back in nickels. Forgive me.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
I'm getting wound up. I'm getting wound up here now. And the reason I'm getting wound up is because I really care about everybody. I care that so many people are committed, so many people believe, so many people are sending swipe files. We're getting to more training. We've got a contest coming up this week that everyone, it's not based on sales, it's based on activity. So much forward thinking. Just last week, in the middle of the week, we had to shut the system down because we're upgrading servers. This week, we went through 127 resumes to find the 3 best people that we can put in there. We've got so much new cool. And then somebody's going to go on Warrior Forum. I'm like, really? Well, I wonder what that guy's doing right now this morning. Dude. Forgive me for getting wound up, but this is what you get with me, bro. Go ahead, Doug. I'm sorry I interrupted you. Is Doug still there?
I'm right here, Joe. Yeah.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
No,
yes.
You didn't interrupt me at all. It's all good. And you're right, Joe. I mean, let's call it for what it is. It's some foolish behavior. And unfortunately, that is one thing that everybody has to deal with, when they're doing things on the Internet, The Internet is an unbelievable environment for e-commerce, for information, for exchange of communication, relationships, pictures, images, video. But then it's also a pollution zone for people that want to just say and do and trash and whatever, anything and everything. So it's always going to be there, and I believe that the intelligent person can discern between good and bad really easily, okay? And if anybody is, and Joe, how many people have come out? Just yesterday alone, I recall numbers of people coming out on the Friday testimonial call and saying that they've never been involved in a company before, ever, and they've been involved in several, that has provided so much hands-on transparency, support, and service at all levels than this company right here. Okay.
Yeah, well,
and I got to tell you, we got to feel proud of that.
I agree. And the guy in England who's complaining about his $20, well, my mother said something to me once, years and years ago. My mother said to me, she says, Joey, get your head out of your ass because eventually it gets really, really lonely and it starts to stink. And so I'm thinking about that guy who's out there raining on the parade in some Warrior Forum, whatever that means, over $20. It's like, okay, forget about it. But let's move on to some good things. May I please? I want to keep this thing positive this morning. I just went off on that rant though because, dude, I went off on that rant because, we care so much. And yesterday, going through these interview after interview and hearing how much people really care and how much they're willing to go, and I see how people are stretching and people are really, really pushing, and we honor that. And I'm like a gargoyle. Remember the gargoyles? Remember the movie Ghostbusters? Those gargoyles that sit up on the fence post protecting? I'm one of those gargoyles sometimes, right? It's just like I get really, really angry with this kind of stuff that goes on out there. I truly do. But we got so much good stuff to talk about this morning. Let's get into it, right? Just want to quickly let you guys know, thank you very much, Doug. We have the support. We're moving more people into the support desk. We're adding people this week. Traffic Control Board. These are individuals that are going to be assisting us with some of the things we're bringing. Like we're adding more training, more webinars. How do you call people back? What do you really do to a swipe file? Got all kinds of stuff on the drawing board that's coming to life really, really quickly. We right now have a support desk. We have frequently asked questions. If you have a problem, send it in. You can always call in the morning. We want to keep the technical stuff to a minimum, but in the mornings we're helping people get through. We now have webinars, as you guys know, twice a week. We're going to be buffing out that schedule even more. Like the webinar that we just did this past Thursday night. Webinar was less than 40 minutes. It was bright. It was quick. There was a call to action. Every single one of you right now if you have a membership, even if it's a reseller $20 membership, you have access to that webinar. And throughout this weekend, you can begin and continue to send links, replay links to your list to invite people to watch that webinar. Because that webinar will introduce people into the Traffic Authority. It will tell people what's going on. They meet our top income earner there. And there is a buy now button. People right now, and it could be today, it could be the middle of the night, because that buy now button is still active, right? If you send somebody an invitation using your link, which we send to you, it's in your member back office. If you send somebody using that link, they're going to be coded to you, and even in the replay. Pretty cool, huh? That stuff is running like crazy. Also this week, if you guys were on the Tuesday night webinar, and if you were not on the Tuesday night webinar, you can find it. It is still there. It's at trafficweblive.net. Trafficweblive.net has the replay of Tuesday night's webinar. And we've had thousands of people watch that webinar. And on that webinar, you learned what was going on in our member back office. The dashboard is live. The dashboard, okay? Everybody was waiting for the dashboard. The dashboard, it tracks your links, it tracks your clicks, it tracks your leads, it tracks your sales, it tracks exactly where you are in the process, how much money have you earned, where are you qualified. It's all there on the dashboard. It is now live. And maybe that's why there's so much activity all of a sudden, Douglas, because people are always waiting for that kind of stuff to come live. Well, that's live. Also, in the back office, social proof. In this day and age, people rely on social proof so much, especially in that crazy internet, right? So we've added, I think it's 40 business opportunity testimonials, 40 different voices, 40 videos, and every single one of those videos is coded to you. And what I mean by that is that if you send somebody that link, okay, there's a link back there, and we'll show you this stuff if you really can't find it. There's a link. It's right back there. And when you send that link to anybody, they're going to see that video, the one that you've selected. There are people in there that made $50, $300, $700, $5,000. Not everybody made $150,000. A lot of people made $100, and they're excited out of their minds. That first $100 that somebody makes in internet marketing after years and years and years, that resonates with a lot of human beings, man. We've got Earl back there with two, okay? You guys know who the mountain man is if you listen. So we got all that stuff, okay? Now we have the daily swipe files, okay? Every single morning now we're sending you guys daily swipe files, okay? And I will say the daily swipe files in my version of the world, those are training wheels. Because you now have, if you're an Academy member, Traffic Academy, you've got one of the best email marketing courses available in the world. It's back there included in your membership. And we introduced that last Tuesday, okay? The brand new prospecting webinar that we just introduced with the Buy Now button, that is still live, that is still working. And then we have this contest coming up, okay? And Doug, I want to pull you in here on this contest thing because we had a conversation about this yesterday. We wish there was more time to do this contest. But we're going to be launching this thing. I think it's coming out on Wednesday at midnight, and it's going to run through Halloween. In the contest, we're giving away $20,000 in prizes. Most of the stuff we're giving is technology related, okay? We're giving away, mostly like MacBooks, and we're giving away iPads. And I looked at the list. It's just mind-blowing. And maybe you already have a MacBook, so you can take the cash equivalent. But we're giving away $20,000 worth of stuff. And here's the cool part, Doug. The cool part is that, yes, sales. The goal in the contest is to get points, right? And how do you get points? Well, if you listen to the radio show every single day, you get points. And this is going to be like, this is the honor system. There's really, if you say you listen to the radio show, then listen to the radio show. If you're not listening to the radio show and you're going up in there and you're scarfing points, well, what did John Lennon say? Instant karma is going to get you. Okay, this is about, the honor system here. But if you let's say that you actually open up your email and you copy and paste the swipe and you send it to 100 people on that day, you get points. If you invite people to the webinar, you get points. If somebody shows up and actually attends the webinar, you get points. I mean, we're asking you just to do things that will bring you closer to the finish line in your business. And the person who is the most active will probably make the most money because the money is generated to the activity, right? How cool is that? But the really cool thing is everybody can do it, man. You can be brand spanking new and you can be like just a crazy person sending swipe files and sending to your list and showing up for every training call and being on every radio show and making a contribution, and you're getting points. And then at Halloween, we're giving away $20,000 worth of stuff. Doug, what is your opinion? Because you've been in the industry, you're an industry insider. Is this a brilliant move to just reward people for taking action instead of always rewarding people who just make the most sales? And incidentally, we had a winner that you announced this past Tuesday of an iPad, and that person only had one sale in the contest window, right? That person had one sale. That was it. They had one all-in $144 sale, and their name came out of the hat. Chris Brewington. How about it, dude? What do you think about this idea of this is true vision, don't you think, of empowering people and rewarding them for taking action?
For absolute sure. Absolutely. And Joe, by the way, I got to mention this today because I just really looked at this contest set of prizes again for the first time in a couple of days, and I just noticed that there's some Apple Watches on that list, okay?
I got to open it. I'm going to open it up again while we're on the radio here this morning because you're right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
I know. There's watches, Apple Watches, okay? And by the way, Joe, we should say this much. If it turns out you win and you're not an Apple person, like you don't own an iPhone, and you may have a Samsung, maybe you want the Samsung equivalent of the watch. We'll work on that stuff, right? Because we wouldn't want to peg anybody into, changing technologies, to go that far. But, oh, my gosh, I was actually at Best Buy recently. And, Joe, one of the fun things I get to do is I get to do all the shopping around here. So I can't wait to go walking into Best Buy or wherever and pull out all this cool stuff, right? And, yeah, congratulations to Chris. He's got that iPad coming out to him, which is just absolutely awesome. But, Joe, you asked about the whole rewards thing, right? And, Joe, what's the one thing we know about forming a habit? What's the one thing we know?
Man, that is going to be the key to your results, is to locking in, and you can do it simply. I think 21 days. I don't think it's even 21 days anymore. But once you establish that habit, it's like then you have consistency, right? Then you have the slight edge. Yeah. Then the simple things. Yeah. And you know what? If you remember in the training, in Darren's training about when he was talking about doing email, he said he gets up in the morning, he goes and works out, he has his breakfast, he spends time with his family, and then he commits to the email. He has the habit dialed in. And then it gets easier. Then it gets simpler, right? Then it gets like you're just building your list. The thing that blew me away about this, and I'm going to give it back to you in a minute, because what blew me away on the Vincent deal, the Vincent thing on Wednesday night when Vincent did the webinar, on Thursday night, I'm sorry, my mind is going so quickly here. On Thursday night, Vincent showed, he said his list is like 175,000 people. And then he put up a screenshot of Texas Stadium or Dallas Cowboy Football Stadium where there's like 80,000 people in the stadium. He said, my list is twice as big. And there's a picture, and it's like, are you kidding me? And it sunk in. His list is twice as big as how many people you can fit in an NFL stadium. And he said, all I got to do is click a mouse, and I'm communicating with twice as many people who can fit into a football stadium. He goes, I'm going to sell stuff. Like even a blind hog will stumble across an acorn in the field. When you're communicating with that many people, sales will happen. So how do you get there? This is what Traffic Authority is about, right? Is about building that list. And then what do? You get into the habit. So you're right. The habit. 21 days, and you got a habit locked in.
Yeah. I actually thought it was a blind squirrel, not a blind whatever you just called it, man.
It was a hog. But I heard the squirrels in Tallahassee are big as hogs.
They're ferocious. Oh my gosh, yes. But hey, that's just it, Joe. It's forming a habit, right? And that's what we really want you guys to get into the mode of doing. Because let's face it, a lot of people have never been entrepreneurial before, or maybe they've been entrepreneurial in their minds, but this is the first time they've ever had to take their own action and be accountable to themselves. And they may not really understand, just how critically important it is to do the daily tasks first before you go do the daily fun, right? Because it's kind of been the other way around, right? So, this is really one of the reasons why we're doing this, okay? And it's revolutionary, quite frankly. And I think everybody's going to have a lot of fun with it. And listen, just know this, okay? While it is an honor system, okay, and we hold everybody here in high regard, okay, that's why you're a traffic authority member, okay? We're still going to be looking over your shoulder, I guarantee you, okay? We're going to be seeing who's really doing what they say they're doing. And the guys and gals that actually win the prizes, I can bet you hands down they are going through the motions every day. There's no shortcutting this stuff at all, okay? Like my dad used to say, he says, when I grew up, our favorite slogan was no ticky, no washy, And
that's right.
That's what it was, right? No ticky, no washy, right? And
Love
that's
that
what
one.
it is here, Yeah. Uh-oh. My earbud just popped out of my ear. But, that's it, man. You want to get the results, you got to put in the work. It's as simple as that. And guess what? When you put in the results and you do the work, or you put in the work and get the results, you get the prizes. And, man, iPads, iMacs, just all sorts of really cool stuff, watches. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. So we'll run that thing from I actually believe there is a huge opportunity for some pro resellers to get started one day earlier on Tuesday, but certainly it's going to be opened up to everybody on Wednesday, and it's going to run through Halloween, and we're going to have to figure out, man, because Halloween's a Saturday night here, right, this year. I don't know. We may need a special November 1st Sunday night call. What do you think about that?
We may very well have to do that. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is a technology piece, okay? This is being built online, and there's a lot of work being done behind the scenes, okay, to get this thing, because you'll log in, it will be in your back office, you're going to see who's winning, you're going to see where you are in the system. But I'm looking right now. Did you know that complete the system setup videos, 3 points. Complete the business plan videos, 3 points. Complete marketing links, videos. Have 10 quality conversations with prospects, 1 point. Do a Facebook invite, 1 point, 1 per day. I mean, attend the Tuesday webinar, 5 points. Promote the Thursday webinar, 5 points. I mean, the things that you are going to be encouraged to do are only things that will make a difference in your business. There's no edification, give Joe a high five, comment on Doug's coolness, just stuff that the things we are going to inspire you to do are only things that are going to bring you closer to a bigger bank account. I love that, dude. That's really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Brilliant, Adam Whiting. Excellent. That's correct. So, Doug, how are we doing on testimonials, bro? I know that we got that a whole bunch, in the new system. Again, it's in the marketing link section. It's under the business opportunity videos. There's a bunch of them in there. We're always looking for more testimonials, right, dude? And what are you looking for in a testimonial, and where can people send those testimonials?
That is absolutely a fantastic question. So, first of all, I actually got a few extra testimonials this week, which was really cool. I shot them over to Adam. And this was just people that have, over the last month or so, they've just been on the radar, right? And we're getting it out. But for anybody and everybody, if you guys have a testimonial, and we can take it via text, okay? I mean, not text, I said like typing. You want to type that right out a testimonial. Or you want to do a really cool video testimonial, let's go, man. I mean, seriously, just get them going here. And you can always just shoot them over to, you can submit a ticket, just submit your ticket with your testimonial, whatever you have, and just put in the subject line testimonial, and they'll get them to me, okay? It's as simple as that. If you're going to do a video, I'd say do something like 30 seconds to maybe 90 seconds tops, okay? And, for those of you that have never done a video before, no problem. We want all levels of videos here because, as we all know, facts tell, stories sell. And the greatest thing we can really do is just continue to support, this entire tribe by jumping out there and telling everybody about the positivity of what's going on here. So if you've made money, you've had a great experience, if you've made sales for the first time on the internet, and you're so excited about it, if you totally dig the training, this other guy that's on this call here today, Joe, right? If you love to go to Joe's radio show every morning at 11 a.m., tell us that, whatever you've got, okay? We want to hear from you. If you totally dig the webinars that we're doing, and Vincent Ortega's off the charts, yeah, let's hear it. So put it in text, put it in video, get them to us. Just submit it with a ticket. You all have a ticket system in your back office, and let's just continue, because what's going to happen is those videos, those texts, they're going to get put onto. You see, we got the 40 or so that are already created. That's how that whole thing started right there, right? Who knows? You could be the next rock star, right? Mm-hmm. So just start the process and just keep it rolling.
And you know what? I was looking at last night on my Facebook page, out of the clear blue sky, I get this. I don't know how Facebook works. I don't know how stuff ends up on my page. But there's somebody here, and there's somebody named Carolina with a K, Carolina.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
Yeah, Carolina she has a review that she did, and I'm going to post it on our Facebook page because I found it on my Facebook page, so it must be out there for general consumption. So I'm going to put a link on our Traffic Authority VIP page, so you can see a little bit of creativity which this woman does, and it really is a great job. Just to give you guys a little bit of a taste of what's out there, and this is the kind of stuff that we're looking for. All testimonials, every single one is valid. Every once in a while, though, this is like some unique creativity. I shared it with some of you guys last night. I'll put it out there on the Facebook page this morning. What else do we have to cover here this morning? I know that Greg is deep in he's really, really working hard this morning. Good morning, Greg, if you're listening in Tallahassee. I know that you have got some serious stuff going on this morning on the financial side. I know we've got big things happening, more people making more money than ever in the years and years that you guys have had a partnership. So, what are you thinking? We'll be back in the morning, okay? We're going to be back in the morning. We'll be there at Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. I know that you're normally hanging around with me, Doug, on Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Next week is going to be a big week. We got a lot of stuff coming. Watch your emails, right? We're sending out swipe files, and we're sending you things to do every single day to bring your business just a little bit closer to the finish line. So, Doug, I'll leave you with the closing words. I don't want to tie you up anymore. I know you're on a schedule this morning, so you, my friend, will have the last word today.
Oh, my gosh, man. Well, thank you. And you know what? My day is really just beginning, okay? Even though I've been going since about 6:30 this morning, I'm meeting the accountant and the bookkeeper in about 45 minutes to spend the rest of the day working on a lot of really interesting things for the company, okay? So we can create those incredible, prize offerings that we have here. And we can bring on the support people. And this is the business side of the business, because there are two different sides here, right? Mm-hmm. Guys, thank you all so much for being out here today and every Saturday with us and every day on all the calls that we have here. Continue to market, continue to have fun in your business, continue to help your tribe members by posting positivity out there. Get your testimonials in. Joe, thank you, my brother. I think we have called it a day here. We'll call it a wrap. We'll see you all on the beaches, slopes, and cruise ships of the world. Take care, everybody.